And they'll go on the ground. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Henry's got it out on the left side. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Gone, 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 gone. No, 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 no. Check. Patriot, Patriot. All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56.
Back to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Kevin Dodd in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good, and the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive stalls out, but the field goal does get them the first points of the night.
And 3 points, not to be underestimated. How about this, right? You're on the road. You're under the lights. National television audience. This is not a dress rehearsal, partner. This is for real. And a pretty nice opening statement.
And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
On second down, Williams. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. Play action. Now Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. Oh, the spin. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it? Touchdowns.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here we go. Man 38. Man 38.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. Now this time he'll look to throw. Found his target, it's Anderson. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. He'll look to throw. Looking for Benjamin, but it's intercepted. Picked off here the 32. And he's able to bring it out 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Wilson on 2nd down. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Melvin Ingram in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Chiefs are going to take a first-quarter lead. Butker now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chargers getting set to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Going deep for Benjamin. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And that one results in 35 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Back now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Chargers here with a football. And they've got it here with a 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. That's complete over the middle to Anderson. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A very solid gain of 27. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Robbie Anderson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers are able to strike for 6. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And the lead is now 10-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And out come the Chiefs now. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And Robinson with a big catch. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a 1st down.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Shotgun.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Denzel Perryman in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Play action. It's Wilson. He's going to air one out. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Let's go. 319. 319.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Benjamin with it over the middle. And they work this out past the 25. 23 yards on the play.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Henry. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
It's caught on the right side, Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really nice gain of 25 yards. This quarterback now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Caught left side, Williams. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Many teams, as soon as they spot man defense, if they haven't called a hitch, they'll get to it as fast as they can. They want to put the ball in the hands of one of their best playmakers and hope that he can break a tackle on the outside and go for big yardage.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
This quarterback now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Watch it now, Barney!
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Arrowhead after this.
Hurry up!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Detroit!
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. They go play action here on 1st down. And he rifles one incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry. That'll bring up 2nd down. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. And no pitch there and no chance either as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And this one is right through. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me.
I was.
It sounds like you're thinking the 3 is just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So,
well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. As the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Here's Wilson. He'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down.
This is intercepted. Desmond King picks it. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green.
They'll throw now on the final play. Going up top. That's caught inside the 20. And this will set them up nicely deep down in KC territory. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Here's the dangerous Tyreek Hill. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, they're right there.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Joey Bosa in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
On second down, Wilson. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. On 3rd down, Wilson. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Now Benjamin. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see what the offense gets done.
Lucky 56. Set.
Now back to throw. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
But sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll look to throw here. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll run for it. It's Gordon. And an alley to run. Touchdown, L.A. Melvin Gordon, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And this is incomplete.
They attempted to fade to the back corner of the end zone unsuccessfully. And I've been with you long enough, Brandon. I know it's not one of your favorite calls.
Well, it's interesting. Before working with you, I always viewed that as you're just taking away space and you're trapping yourself in a corner. But you actually have told me they're trying to create space where space is now.
Yeah, it's really a weird deal, isn't it? But you've got to just move that defender inside to create that separation and that little bit of space where there just isn't.
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. 30, 10, 5, and he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. Tyreek Hill, 98 yards. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards.
No. Check. Patriot. Over.
He'll look to throw. Hauled in by Anderson, left side. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Looking to throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Over. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Henry's got it out on the left side. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Anthony Hitchens leading the surge there. He drops in for a loss of 6. So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Let's go.
On play action, they'll throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
So it's 3rd and goal now, and this is where the Arrowhead crowd can make it very tough.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Gone. Gone.
They'll set up to throw. And shedding through the tackle. Man open left side, it's Williams. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
They begin the drive with Williams. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They go play action now. Wilson. And he checks this one down to Williams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A huge play there on the screen pass. 53 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They come out here in the I. Here's the sneak with Wilson. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Russell Wilson, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Chiefs have tied it, and they can take the lead with the extra point. Extra point right down the middle, and that will put them on top here in the third. Butker now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And I hate to point to that missed field goal from their last drive, but you look at the scoreboard, they would be in the lead if they had that 3.
Well, no doubt those points or those missed points do loom large. But here they're getting a chance for a makeup, aren't they? Almost like my time in school as I was begging my teachers for a makeup exam. Here's their opportunity now to put those points on the board.
And every point becoming more vital here in the second half. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Now he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. That's number 4, sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. We're back now in KC. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. The Chargers on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. To throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. And maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a quarterback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
Here's Wilson. He'll buy some time right. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a first down. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. They'll roll him out right. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And picked up by the Chargers. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
I know you're looking at the scoreboard clock. We're getting near the end of this game. But they were in what was really called 4-minute offense. And that's practice, being taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. But bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Didn't do it. A costly turnover. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Gun!
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Alex Okafor able to drop him for a loss of 12, and it'll be 4th down. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. And they work this out past the 25. And defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. That's caught right side by Anderson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Yeah, everyone dialed in. The linebacker, Anthony Hitchens, there on the stop.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Now let's go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's complete. Henry. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive? Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Bobby Wagner in there to get him the 6th time they've sacked him tonight. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Wide open receiver complete. 23 yards on the play. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10.
Green, 39! Green, 39!
He'll drop to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game. And they'll go with the ground attack here. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. To the end zone, touchdown Los Angeles. Melvin Gordon, his 2nd touchdown of the night, and the Chargers have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. Now this time he'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. And he will get into the end zone again, and he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Joey Bosa in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They'll look to throw. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. This pass rush, they've been excellent all game long, and another example of it right there in the closing moment.
Not only with the pass rush, but how well they're coached, because if you don't quite get there, get to the quarterback, get your hands up into the passing lane and knock it away, as we just saw there.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Well, NFL quarterbacks have learned the hard way. You're not going to get rich throwing against this guy. He's definitely too good. And this is now his 2nd interception of the ball game. And if I'm running the offense, I've got to tell my guys, you've got to go work on the other corner.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Good. 14.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And he is all the way up past the 25. He was looking for Watkins that time.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Now Gordon on 1st down. Nifty move by Gordon. Oh, now he bowls him over. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you prime the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for our visitors, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions.
Look at the cash coming in. Come get your man, Slim Booker bugging me. Just see the bag, quit all that jaw jackery. Don't even be that, I don't want none of it. If you bad about it, had enough of it. Whoa, watch what you saying, how that poppin' and shaking. Got is a lazy, my posse deep and irate, and we act a fool for the paper. Had a dream and I made it. El Camino on Dayton's, bitches guess over bait. Put the bread on me. Bet on my bacon, big and flat in the bacon. I might just roll out today. I might just roll out to Vegas, head back to my old ways. Cop a roof for all day. Look at me, baby. Look at me, baby. Don't I look like a million? I'm about to clean out the safe. Don't I look like somebody that just be bodying everything? All that talking is great, but I don't be talking. I air it out. All the problems have gotten easy to bury. I'd rather kiss on my. I've been broke way longer than I've been rich, so until it levels out, I'ma take mama to the Marriott and took me so long to get it, gonna spread it out. Let them know all about me when I'm dead and gone. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the hand, one in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. I'ma need all the fries you can give me, all the hot sauce, all the pie you can give me. Better be all in nothing, don't have me in the middle. You better be all you can, yeah, in the limit. Yeah, super fly for the dumbos, plenty slides like a shuffle. Hit the cadence on my young Isaac Hayes, Billy Ocean, about the old with the cane stick. Let my slippers at the function. It's hard to run the Gucci slides. That bet you say you didn't never. I'ma step no. Jackie Chan, no travel. Can't clean it with the beat. Dripping from the. No, Lord, not me. I can never be the one you wanna stuff for. Money, that machine. The bell got my stove. R.I.P. the times that I was broke. Acting like a 9/11 folks. Matte black, liquor clean. Dead presents in and I'm a local. Cooking up canard. Waiting for the antidote. Running out of time. Patience thinner than a penny hoe.
Over here and empty your pockets. I don't do that. In my prison, you do what I tell you. Get over here. He's gonna get this.
One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the hand, one in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. Pulling up in that.